Hooday, Bengals fans. We have got a full house for you tonight. Over at the Abelhassens, we have our guy Mon, his son Luke Thompson. Luke, how you doing, bud? You good?
Doing good, Jake.
Good to see you, bud. Good to see you. We got Eric up top there. Eric, how you doing? Good.
Rolling with the mock draft time. Can't be any better.
You know that. And we cannot do a mock draft here on the Bengals Pulse without our guy Justin Wells. Justin, how you doing, bud?
Doing good. How are you, Jake?
I'm not doing as well as you, as your Florida Gators somehow led twice. I think they led for 1 minute and 15 seconds, I read today, in the entire game, and are national champs. So congratulations on your Florida Gators.
Appreciate that. Yeah, I was.
Justin, how many beers have you had in the last 24 hours?
I had a long day at work today, so training. So I didn't drink as many as I probably would have. But yes, that game took some years off my life, but it worked out in the end. So
great, all right, man. No gummies or anything. Good job,
guys.
I didn't fall off a street light last night.
That wasn't you? I thought that might be you, Justin.
Olivia, be nice, Olivia. Justin's our friend.
We are 1 minute and 46 seconds into the show, and Olivia Abelhassen throwing shade already. Mon, how you doing, bud? You good?
I'm good. I'm back to work. 2 shifts down. Shoulder feels good. Luke's in town for a day, which I'm happy. We had a nice dinner, drinking some beer, and let's have fun. Guys, the draft is so close. I'm so excited. Let's do this.
Let's mock around. Let's mock around and find out, right?
Mock around and find out.
Mock around and find
Maybe
out.
we'll do the Macarena.
Oh, Justin, that's next week's episode. Come on.
All right.
Well, hey, we want to thank all of you guys for joining us tonight. Thank you as always, guys. Again, as we go through these mock drafts tonight, make sure you throw up your 2 cents in there, guys. Give us your comments. Give us your thoughts on all of our mock drafts. Obviously, you guys are going to agree with me first and foremost. I can't blame you for that. But make sure you throw up in the comment section any comments you guys might have, and let us know what is going on. Eric, get us started.
Yeah, before we do that, I did want to say thoughts and prayers to everybody in Kentucky and Ohio that's affected by these floods. Watching it from down here, from Florida, man, seeing Paycor with that much water around in downtown Cincinnati, just water everywhere. These places that you normally just walk around, drive around freely, and there's just water everywhere. So I couldn't imagine dealing with that and how quickly it seemed to have come on. So just everybody that's out there that's affected, we're thinking about you. We're hoping that this recedes and gets a little bit better and a little drier up there. So with that, we're
real quick. Did you guys see our guy Bengal Jim? Did you see his that whole area where they tailgate? Did you see that? It's crazy, guys. It is completely underwater. I'm with you, man. Thoughts and prayers to everybody up there. Absolutely insane that all of that is going on right now. It's crazy.
Yeah, for sure. Before we get into the mock draft stuff, there's been a lot of news this last week about some of the notable players that have had top 30 visits or whatever they call it now with the Bengals. Looking at some of those names that have been out there, have any of them that jumped out at you guys and surprised you? Let's go to Mon and Luke first. Any of these visits surprising you? I think you saw that Travion Henderson, even running back out of Ohio State, was one of them.
I love the Junkins visit. I love that. I think it's great. I would rather have him than Henderson personally. I'm intrigued by it. I don't know. I've seen mocks, second round all the way to 4th round for Junkins. If we could get him in the 3rd or 4th, I would love that. I just don't think he would be there. I think the guy's going to be a problem in the pros. Pierce, I did see that today from Tennessee. I don't question his talent. I don't question it at all. But I've read a lot of really things. I mean, I don't know if they're accurate. I don't know if it's smoke screens from other teams or agents that try to smear him. I don't know. but he's a hell of a talent, and it's a hell of a need for the Bengals, obviously. So that was a little intriguing.
Yeah,
Over you,
absolutely.
Jake.
Yeah, I mean, I'm with Mon. I think the running back position, especially, I think is very interesting. I do think that is something the Bengals are looking at. When you look at this Bengals roster, obviously you have Chase Brown, you added Samaje Perine, but after that, it's really a toss up. Obviously, Travion Williams is a guy that's been around this team now for quite some time. Never really has broken the opportunity to break that lineup and actually get some carries. More of a special teams guy. So I do think it's very interesting. I think running back 3 is going to be drafted this year, and I would not be surprised if it is earlier than what people might think. I think the Bengals feel like they have to get a thunder to Chase Brown's lightning. So I do think the running back position is very interesting, especially when you use one of those top 30 visits. I don't know. I just think it's interesting that we might see that, and obviously we've heard some word that and again, I don't know. Sources are all over the place about Trey Hendrickson, but edge rusher could be jumping up the list, Justin, as far as needs for this Bengals team if the Trey Hendrickson situation does not get resolved.
Well, I think it's an important position regardless because you've lost Sam Hubbard, and even if you do get Trey back, you got to surround him with some better talent. You got to give him some help because he's really had to take on a lot in terms of getting double teams, getting opposing offenses being able to kind of key on him, and yet he's still been super productive. And you can't. I mean, if you go back and look at defenses that are really good, that can really affect opposing offenses, they can usually come at you in waves with pass rushers. So regardless of what happens with Trey, they got to get someone who can come in and, if not give you 10 sacks, at least give you a threat opposite Trey. Even if he's a part-time, even if he's not a full-time starter, you gotta give him some help. And I agree with the running back position because, yeah, maybe you're drafting a running back 3, but Perine's 29 years old. I mean, that could be your running back 2 by the end of the season, if not sooner. And if not, it's still going to be a guy who's going to have a bigger role as soon as next year. So, yeah, absolutely. I'm definitely in the camp that running back is kind of a sneaky need, but there's just so many other needs. And running backs in recent years been a position you can typically find value in the middle to later rounds. I hope they don't go too early at that position, but that was a position we were kind of looking at guys last year and expecting them to take someone, and it didn't happen. So we shall see.
Yeah. Well, and you never know when you go in do draft a running back, and you may think you're drafting running back 2 or 3, but that guy ends up being running back 1 within a year. There's some guys in this draft that could easily go and take Chase Brown's job. I know we all love Chase Brown, but it's not a runaway with that position. If you get a guy like Travion, or you get a Scatabo, or you get a Genty, I don't think that his job's secure. Maybe for this year, but long run, not necessarily. I want to go to Mon. Mon, if you can unmute, because you did say some stuff offline about some of these other podcasters and Paul Dana are being tied in and really giving some good nuggets about some of the places the Bengals could be going with this. Why don't you give us some of that stuff you were giving us before we came on air?
Well, listen, I listen to Mo Egger on a regular basis on ESPN 1530. He does a great job, covers the Reds, all Cincinnati sports, Bengals. He has Paul Dana on every Tuesday, and Paul mentioned some things. I mean, he didn't name drop the person, but guys, he listens to people inside Paycor. All right. And what he said, and this isn't exact wording, perfect wording than what he said in the show today. The Bengals are looking at safety. They really are. We know Starks is coming in for a visit. The safety for South Carolina is coming in. At 17, don't be surprised if they go there, if they go that route. They want impact player. Now on Paul's podcast, which is the Growler, he had Charlie Goldsmith on, and they were really talking about people that they've talked to. Jihad Campbell from the linebacker from Alabama. They think he's the jack of all trades. He's a linebacker, but they think he would automatically come in and be the second best pass rusher on the team. Extremely athletic, and he'd be a player. The Bengals defense, guys, let's face it, they haven't had a player like that. They need impact, athleticism. They need power. They need somebody that offensive coordinators are like, hey, you got to watch for that guy because that guy's a problem. The only guy we have that does that right now is Trey Hendrickson. All right. And the Bengals need more explosive players. And I thought that was really interesting coming from them guys.
And two, I think when you look at this list of guys, you're looking at, again, a guy I was beaten on the table for in our last mock, Walter Nolan, right? A pass rushing defensive tackle. Amana Wari, the safety from South Carolina, who I'm going to ask Justin about in just a second. Ty Hamilton, defensive tackle from Ohio State. James Pierce. You're looking, I'm telling you guys, 17 is going to be best player available on the defensive side of the ball. I am almost 100% sure that's going to be the case. I have been saying all along that safety is a need on this team. I think the Bengals are going to go safety early. Justin, you are our SEC guy. Tell me a little bit about, is it Amana Wari?
Yeah. Yeah. Great player. I mean, the comparison that kind of strikes me because of the size speed combination is Taylor Mays, in terms of a guy who's 6'3", plays safety, freakish combine, put up some big numbers. I think his RAS was 10.0. He had 4 interceptions, returned 2 for touchdowns last year for South Carolina. But there are some questions about the hip fluidity, the instincts. So with him, those are the question marks. Your hope is that you can kind of coach him up and that he's still got some upside that you can get out of a pick like that. But yeah, I mean, there is some risk there. He's not like a surefire Ed Reed type, but he has traits you cannot teach. And that's why he's going to be a guy who comes off the board, if not by 17, shortly thereafter.
Can I say something, guys? What'd you say? Go ahead.
I just said the Taylor Mays thing worries me, guys. Taylor Mays was so stiff, right?
Well,
he had all these.
He was straight line. He was a straight line guy.
Yeah, he was so stiff. Like you said, he had like no hip mobility, no fluidity with the way he moved. He was like, he got to the NFL and it was like all that athleticism just went out the window. And man, Taylor Mays, he was a bust. He ended up being a bust for us.
Yeah. Well, I mean, go ahead, Mom.
No. Go ahead, Justin.
Well, I don't think the hip fluidity is quite as much of a concern here as it was with Taylor Mays, but I mean, you are talking about a guy who he's still got to get coached up a little bit. He's not a surefire. I think he's behind Starks on the safety board because of Starks's better instincts and better overall play over 3 years. But the upside is certainly higher in this case.
Justin, that was my question to you, because the RAS for Starks is pedestrian. I was actually shocked by it.
I think that was a bit of a surprise that he didn't test better.
Yeah, it wasn't that went. I mean, it was average.
It was.
His football. I mean, I'm just pulling this out. I'm not saying I don't know much about it, but Vontez Burfict had football instincts. He had football instincts. That's what I'm trying to say. Starks, does he have football instincts? Because I know the defensive back or the safety for South Carolina, everybody's like, hey, he could be a Kyle Hamilton type of guy. He tests better than Kyle Hamilton.
He did. Hamilton was not a big. That was a knock on Hamilton, was that he didn't test all that great.
Exactly. So RAS is so important, but football instincts are too.
Much more
I
important.
Yeah.
I personally think, I mean, I get it. Football tape is tape. The Bengals need athleticism. If I had to pick a safety, I'm going to pick the kid from South Carolina because I think raw athleticism, Joker type. Listen, what Kyle Hamilton does for the Ravens is huge. It's huge. If he could potentially fill that kind of role, I don't know. I just found it interesting. Now Starks, Justin with Starks. I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Georgia football. I watched West Virginia. They sucked. So tell me, was he a player in Georgia?
He was, and he was a guy who made an impact from day one. I mean, he was a 5-star recruit coming out of high school. Everyone wanted him. He was an impact guy day one, and his play fell off a little bit this past year, but in terms of over the course of 3 years, I think he put together the better tape overall in terms of what he did on the field. But certainly the RAS, how he tested at the combine was a little surprising because one of the things that was really pumped up about him coming out of high school was how athletic he was. And then, the numbers weren't bad, but I mean, I think he was in the low 4.5s. His vertical was like 33 inches. So it's not like they were horrible numbers, but they're not elite. They don't jump off the page in terms of what he did. So the upside for him is lesser. But yeah, I mean, if it comes down to one or the other, I'd probably go Starks. But chances are Starks is going to be off the board at 17. So that's kind of the difference there.
Yeah,
So
for me as a coach, I'm not looking at. I'm telling you guys, I know that the RAS thing is really, it's fancy and it's nice to look at. But for me, I would much rather have an instinctive football player because you guys know this. When a player is instinctive, he's faster on the field. And for me, that is so much more important than what his linear speed is and what his vertical is. I would much rather have a guy that is a ball hawk, that understands the way the run fits are, that understands the coverages. And for us as Bengal fans, we need a guy that can play right away. We need a safety that can impact the game right now. And again, that's why I'm so high on Starks.
Well,
so what?
kind of
Go ahead, Justin.
what the difference between you guys, Jake. I agree in that in evaluating two prospects, that's something that can make the difference. But I think on the same token, what Mon is saying makes sense too. You have to have some guys on your defense who have that elite athleticism. You can't fill your defense with guys who are just instinctive and you don't have those.
I agree.
Those big time elite athletes. So you kind of got to find the happy medium. But right now, where Cincinnati's from in terms of building the defense, they really kind of need both.
Yeah.
Jennifer Jones, I just want you to know something. I just told my son, David Fulcher. And you just seriously, I mean, he's 6'3", 227. That's
Fulcher was
South Carolina.
Fulcher was actually a little bigger, but
Yeah.
that was a different time when
Yeah.
you had a lot of times one of your safeties almost acted as a kind of a hybrid linebacker safety.
Did you watch South Carolina football? Was he impactful for him?
He was. Yeah.
He wasn't just was he just like somebody that just lit somebody up and didn't do anything else?
Well, I mean, he can do both. I mean, he had those big plays. Again, 4 interceptions, 2 returns for touchdowns. So he was a big play guy in the passing game in terms of making impactful plays there. But there's still some room to grow in terms of his coverage ability.
So he's an athlete like me. So he's a stud. I get it.
Yeah.
So just to tie a bow on it, Paul Dane, or another shout out to the Growler, they did do an athleticism versus instincts, and they broke down the top safeties that have come out of the draft in like the last 5 years, and only 1 or 2 of them had a really high RAS score. Most of them were 4 to 6, and it's really because the assumption is that at safety you need a guy like Jesse Bates that can read the play, that can use his instincts. Yes, they're all great athletes, but you need a guy that can just instinctively knows where that ball is going to go. There was some plays with the Falcons in the last 2 years where watching Jesse Bates he should not have made some interceptions. If he would have just followed where the play was going to go and where he was supposed to be going, he wouldn't have made those interceptions. But instead, he went off and he read it and he made the interception. We want to get into the draft stuff here. We're 20 minutes in. Before we do, I got one question for Mon because he's spearheaded this a lot in our chats. So I got one question for Mon, and then I'm going to go to Luke. Tom Jones puts out that there's been a lot of chatter, and we still have not signed Reisner. Dalton Reiser commented on Malik Wright's post that he would love to play in Cincinnati, but they haven't contacted him. Mon, tell the Bengals fans what you've told us about Dalton Reisner and where they're going with him.
The Cincinnati Bengals have had 3 years to sign Dalton Risner, whatever his name is. Guys, he's been on multiple teams. He's been a decent pro player. If the Bengals wanted Risner on the team, they would have signed him years ago. Now, saying that, he would be an improvement over our current crop of guards. Obviously, the Bengals front office, their coaching staff, they're just not high on him. I don't think he's going to be a Bengal. I don't think it's going to happen because it would have happened. 3 years now he's been available, and they just haven't done it. And Luke agreed. Go ahead. What Luke thinks our biggest need is?
Well, it's the interior. And then the thing that drives me nuts is watching the games and saying, the guy that's on the inside, Cody Ford, Jackson Carman, they're like little, I don't know, midgets, little people, whatever you say. We need big bodies on the inside. You brought in Mims. Mims was a kind of a raw talent, but what happened? He overpowered half the guys that he played against. He's got this big wingspan. It's like, just put some big bodies in there if you can't figure it out. You're trying to find value in these little guys like Ford and Carman. That hasn't worked. That experiment is coming and going.
So
Justin used to say, let's have a big body, let the guy run around.
It drives me nuts.
Well,
Burrow would get 2 more seconds in the pocket if he had to go around a bigger body. Jackson Carman's laying down on the ground. And you step over him like it's nothing.
Alex Kappa Alex Kappa last year was power driven like 10 times. It was horrible.
Yeah. So you're kind of answering the question I'm about to ask you, but I mean, I will, in his defense, Cordell Volson is 6'7". He just needs to eat a lot more Skyline. He needs to put on 50 pounds so they can't move him around. So we're going to get to our mock draft here, but before we do, I want to get your official opinion, Luke. I've been pounding the table saying that at 17, unfortunately, I would love, and I think the best strategy is to take the top ranked player, the best available player. I'm pretty sure that we have to go with guard early and often because that is the biggest need. Jake's pounded the table and insists that we have to go with the top player, the top defensive player available. Justin, what did you put out there? Are you still
I mean, I would say I'm BPA. I do think, things being even, you go offensive line, but if you have a defensive player, especially an edge or a safety, that you have rated above an offensive lineman, I think you need to go defense.
So your best BPA possibly overridden by best available offensive lineman.
Correct.
So no other offensive position would you go there?
Well,
I mean,
go ahead.
Good, Luke.
Yeah, I mean, if something crazy happens and say, Genty's there at 17, which is never going to happen. But if it did, then yes, you can definitely look at something like that. But I mean, really, when you look at need, it's offensive line here, and then the other skill players positions are significantly below that.
Okay, so we're all pretty much on the record. Luke, what is your take? Settle the argument for us.
I was going to say that. I mean, if Genty's there, if you're saying best player available, then you take a running back. But is it best player available on the offensive line? Is it a tackle that can be converted to guard, somebody who, has football skills that can make our team better? I mean, if it's not a guard that's best player available, is it best offensive lineman available? I mean, we've had a mishmash of offensive line the entire time I've watched the Bengals, so it's like, why?
Let's finally fix it.
Yeah, is it?
Yeah, that's That's been my argument is if Gentry's there, we'd be stupid not to draft him. No matter what, we got to draft Gentry. That's I put that out there, but it is what it is. With
Well,
that, let's.
I
I
think
really agree with that,
it's
Eric.
really unlikely he'll be there. Now, the one guy
Oh
that may
yes,
fall is that I think there's actually a small chance that could be there would be Tyler Warren. I don't think he's going to be there either, but that's far more likely than Gentry. And if that
and we'll
happens,
see.
we got to make that. We seriously have to consider it.
We get to see Jake's head explode as he battles out versus the best Penn State tight end versus the best defensive player, and he'll just lose it on air, right?
I mean, I'm with Justin. If Tyler Warren falls to us, the Bengals have to consider that. I mean, he is. I don't know if you guys watched him at all this year, but he is one of the most dynamic players in college football this year, and he would add a completely different weapon to this offense that the Bengals really have not had. He is a special player. And if he is there at 17, like Justin said, the Bengals, they have to pretty much throw out everything and really consider that for sure.
They haven't had a tight end like him since Dan Coates.
That is so disrespectful to Tyler Moore.
That is a great transition to our
Why
mock
you bring up
draft.
the head coach, Justin? Why you do that to me? Marvin's
That's
not here.
That's Mom's guy.
No, but Jake,
okay.
I'm gonna tell you something. Jake, I just want to let you know, I tight end to me is a need for this team, really, especially with the Eric All situation.
Well, I think that's a big part of it, the Eric All situation.
Guys, listen, I want Eric All to come back, but 2 significant knee injuries over the last 2 years. I'm praying for the guy. But you know what? If they drafted Warren at 17, I mean, I might have a mini meltdown, but at the same time, he's the best player available. You know, I mean, I didn't watch a lot of Penn State football because I'm a West Virginia guy. I don't like Penn State, but he must be he's a hell of a talent.
Yeah, I would say, and I don't know, Justin might disagree with me, but if you're looking at like at a Bengal tight end, he reminds me the way he catches the football and his catching radius and the way he goes up and high points the ball. It reminds me of Tyler Eifert. It's very much like Tyler Eifert, but this guy is more athletic than Tyler Eifert. He's special. What do you think, Justin?
I don't necessarily think he's more athletic, but he's got a much better build for the position. Eifert was a little, light in the pants for a tight end for my liking, and Warren's definitely more of like a true 3-down tight end. Like he's not just a guy who can catch passes. He's a he can give you the blocking aspect of the position too. I wouldn't quite put him on like a Gronk level there, but he's definitely gives you both aspects of that position, what you want, the ability to impact the passing game as a receiver, but also, stay in line as a blocker and give you an impact there as well.
Well, when you look at his athleticism, Warren's athleticism, I mean, Penn State did everything they could to get the ball in his hands. They ran.
Yeah, they would hand it off to him.
They ran speed sweeps with him.
Speed sweeps. Yeah.
I mean, he's that kind of guy that, he's just he's talented. He's special for sure.
Eric, can we throw up that Bowers question?
Sure.
So, yeah, I mean, that's a good comparison. I think Bowers, in terms of a comparison to Bowers, thing that intrigued me about Bowers was that I think Bowers gave you a little bit more as a weapon in terms of, he was a true like 4-4 guy, but he's limited in terms of his size, and he's actually a willing blocker, but because he's just not that big, I think Warren's a better overall prospect, but maybe a notch below Bowers in terms of the ability as a receiver, if that makes sense.
Yeah, absolutely.
All right, guys, let's start drafting. Let's do it. Eric, are we doing the full 7 or 4 rounds? Eric, you on?
Sorry about that. Yeah, let's do the full seven. So I was trying to pull up some news because there was a comment that came through on Up and Adams this morning that Justin Simmons said he would love, four-time All-Pro
I
safety,
saw that.
would
I saw
love
that.
to sign with the Cincinnati Bengals. I think Duke
If
Tobin
that
needs to watch
happens,
Up and Adams to get out there.
it'll happen after the draft if it happens.
Okay. So we did PFF quite a bit in our last few mocks. One thing I noticed is a lot of the beat writers and a lot of the people in the know generally don't have Tate Ratledge falling to the third. They don't have Wyatt Gillum falling to the third, and most of the PFFs did. So we're going to switch back to Pro Football Sports Network mock draft tonight. We're going to do a full 7 round. Let's do it as official as we can. We're not going to go with Eric's picks and go off and draft Genty and Warren and insert every other offensive lineman that we can. So let's go through this, see what kind of trades we get offered, and try and fix this team officially tonight. Sounds good?
Let's do it.
Let's go.
All right. So we're gonna go with this normal speed. We can kind of see how things play out here. It hopefully shouldn't take too much longer.
And you guys listening at home, we will try to keep you up to date on who was taken where and when they were taken and all that good stuff.
For sure. And I see Ashton Genty almost made it to us, went 13 to the Cowboys.
Yeah, Warren's gone too, I believe.
I'm going to hide these trade offers first just to see our top players on the board. We're sitting here at 17. Matthew Golden is available. Mike Green, Malachi Starks, Nick Imanwari, Tyler Booker. Tyler Booker is there. Jahad Campbell, Josh Simmons. Quite a few big names there. And let's see our
I'm
trade
gonna say right
offers.
now, Green has too much baggage for me. I can't get behind that one.
I'm 100% with you.
Patriots are offering us 38 and 69 plus the second and a third next year. I don't like that.
Ooh,
I like
that
this
one.
I like this one.
I like
Oh,
that.
wow. So the Buccaneers are offering us kind of two pick swaps, pick 19 for 17, and we give them pick 81. They gave us pick 53.
I like that.
That's
I
so,
like that, but I don't want to give them 81. Let's see if we can counter it and go.
yeah, but we're getting 53 in the
Okay, I wonder
swap.
if we can get like something late too.
counter it. Just counter it. Just go back. See
That's
what they say.
That's a good
Yeah.
trade.
You like 157?
Yeah, but they're giving us a second. They're giving us a second for our third, so we'd have pick 49 and 53. We're not giving up our second.
Yeah, but what I think Mon's trying to get at is to get us back to 7 picks. Maybe
Yeah.
grab something late.
Try 157. I'm Mike Brown right now. Give me 157.
Oh, so you want this deal plus 157?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Propose. Look at
Hey,
that.
Accepted.
ooh.
Jake,
So
you
we
happy
pick-
with me? Jake, you happy with me? Look at that.
I mean, you are like Mike Brown. I don't know.
No, you're not
Look.
like Mike Brown. He wouldn't have taken that.
Yeah, he would. Look, now Detroit's offering 2860 and a fifth next year for the
Pick a
pick
player,
19.
Ooh.
Let's pick a player. Let's pick a player, man.
I like where we're at. Let's go
Pick
with
a
what we
player,
got.
man.
Yeah.
All right, we're sitting here at 19. The Buccaneers ended up coming up and getting Matthew Golden, so it didn't affect us. The Seahawks took a cornerback, didn't affect us. So Mike Green is sitting there, Malachi Starks, Nick Imanwari, Tyler Booker is still there, Jahad Campbell,
Man, oh
Walter
man.
Nolan.
This
Go
is,
ahead, guys.
I mean, this is for me. This is a dream scenario. Again, you already know what I think about Malachi Starks. For me, it's Jahad Campbell or Malachi Starks here. You are getting one of probably a top 15 prospect with either one of those guys at 19. I mean, again, I know you guys are pressing for that offensive line guy, but Malachi Starks, Jahad Campbell, those guys are going to come in right away and make a huge impact on a terrible, terrible defense from last year. I'm good with Starks or Campbell here. This is a dream scenario for me.
So we've got a super chat here from Divine Thought. Can't keep passing on OG and pass rush. With that, thank you, Divine. With that, we're staring down one of the best guards here, Tyler Booker, or one of the higher ranked guards, and Jahad Campbell, pass rush linebacker plus offensive guard. Do those players have the ability to sway the Bengals over Malachi Starks?
I mean,
Justin, you want to go first?
yeah, Justin, why don't you go ahead and go, because I think this is going to be an interesting scenario if this is the case.
Yeah, I mean this scenario here is where I think you probably go defense, and I'm just going to throw in that I don't know. I'm not 100% familiar with where the Bengals are at on Williams, and driving records be damned. I would be strongly considering him in this spot as well.
Yeah, you know what Divine said is true. I mean, Divine's a great follow on Twitter. He's great on Spaces. He knows he's offensive lineman. Guys, we can't keep on punting. I from the end of the season, we keep on talking about offensive linemen. We really do. There's some players on here that would not be considered reaches. We're not talking Billy Price kind of picks.
No, I agree. But the other thing is, where's the movement in free agency to fix that?
You're right. That's a good point. That's an excellent point. I mean, man, listen, Booker is a road grader. He's a big dude, but he's not an offensive lineman the Bengals normally use.
No.
I mean, he's 340 pounds. Listen, I would love to see that personally, because I'm sick and tired of our offensive linemen getting pushed around. Like Luke said, some of these guys get pile driven. Alex Kappa gets pushed, 5 yards back, and I want intimidators on the offensive line and the defensive line. I think Booker could be that kind of guy. But at the same time, there's some players on here on this that could help this defense. Starks, I'm not going to lie to you. My draft crush right now is the safety from South Carolina, and that would be my pick right now at this junction.
Just so for our listeners, guys, this is who we have to choose from at 19 for the ones listening. Real quick, Mike Green, the edge from Marshall; Malachi Starks, the safety from Georgia; Mikael Williams, the edge from Georgia; Nick Imewari, safety from South Carolina; Tyler Booker, the guard from Alabama; and Jahad Campbell, linebacker from Alabama. Man, oh man, you have a ton of impactful defensive players right now.
Oh, you still have Walter Nolan, James Pierce Jr.
Yeah, I don't know if I'm a Walter Nolan guy at 19. I love Walter Nolan, but I'm not sure he's a 19 guy. I don't know, Justin. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I mean, I think the trade down would have to be further, especially, and with the names you got on the board here, I don't think Nolan's the guy. What I will say, yeah, I mean, that's an intriguing trade too. I think based off of what we've seen so far in the mock drafts, and of course the mock drafts don't necessarily reflect what's going to happen in real life, but we've done a couple of these now. We keep seeing intriguing options on the D line later. I would say, the options at safety have not been as good. So I think
I would say I agree 100%, Justin. For me, I know Mon and I are going to fight over this. I'm a Malachi Starks guy. I know he's Imewari. I think Malachi Starks is a day one starter for the Cincinnati Bengals. That's my pick here. If I am picking, mine is Malachi Starks.
So let's say this:
a very close second.
Are we all in agreement that we're out on Tyler Booker?
Yes.
Yes.
He's unathletic. He's not very athletic.
Okay, so then we've all put it out there that we're best player available. If we're out on Tyler Booker,
okay, let's do this. I'm going to give you the two guys I want at this pick. I will say this: when you had that trade offer from the Lions, that's very intriguing. Getting another top 100 pick, that's an intriguing offer, man. That's really, really intriguing.
Yeah, because you still have Jahad Campbell still here, and James Pierce Jr. is still here too.
And ahead.
I was just going to say again. I think, and I'm just saying this is my thought process. If I'm the Bengals, it's exactly what Justin said. Everyone, what we are hearing now is the Bengals are very high on safety. The Bengals are not going to trade down here. If both of those safeties are sitting there right now at 19, there's no way they're trading down here. It's not realistic. The Bengals, there's not safeties in this draft that are as good as those two guys right there, or even close.
We got to make a decision. Mine is between Nick Emanari and Jihad Campbell. That's my two choices. Justin, who you got?
I'm between Starks and Emanwari.
I'm going to say Starks and Campbell.
Luke.
I'm going Campbell.
Eric?
It's an argument can be made on all of them. I would probably go Campbell. I mean,
Divine, make the pick for us right now, Divine. Do it.
He wants Green.
No, he wants Mike Green. We are not taking.
We're not doing that.
We are not taking.
You just gave him power, and you took it away.
Okay. We are not taking.
I apologize. Oh, your beer. Okay, we got to make a pick, guys. It's an 8-hour show.
All right.
Listen, let me just throw this out here.
Who's the best punter in the draft? Let's take it.
Let me just throw this out here. Is last mock we went O-line. That's what you guys wanted. Let's go Malachi Starks. I'm telling you, this is Jesse Bates' replacement. He is Jesse Bates' replacement.
I agree. Let's do it.
Make it happen. I'm not going to lose any sleep over it. All right, round 2.
Various Mims. Oh, great. Jihad went next.
I have to be at work in 38 minutes. Let's go.
Ravens take a receiver. James Pierce falls all the way to 30. All the way to 30, James Pierce.
These data banks, man.
We could have traded back and still gotten him.
Eric, did you do like slow selection? What'd you do, man?
This is normal. My goal is to give us a super long draft. So we're sitting here at 49.
No,
Steelers are offering something.
Can go to hell. They can go straight to hell.
Yeah,
as can Cleveland. Cleveland doesn't have to go anywhere because they're already there.
How about you give us your picks and we give you nothing?
Oh, Henderson just went. Okay.
See, this is what I was. A lot of the pundits out there, and a lot of the other mock drafts have Ratledge going early. Ratledge went at 47. Trevion Henderson went at 48.
Look at Emanwari. Just went at 45.
All the way to 45.
Yeah.
Eesh. That's like
Wyatt Millam went at 44. Xavier Watts went at 43. So we're sitting here at pick. What we got? Pick 53. We have Carson Schlesinger, a couple quarterbacks, wide receiver, Caleb Johnson, running back, edge, Tuimola. I think this is probably the pick. Arante Ursay here. The Bengals have met with him. Seems to be high on him. What do you guys think? Anybody that jumps off at you? And yeah, we got to go faster than the 10 minutes we did on the first pick.
Guys, I know there's a lot of intriguing players there. We keep on talking BPA. I think when BPA with Starks, we need to get an offensive lineman here. We really need to get an offensive lineman.
I got Starks. I'm not going to argue that. I'm happy with
Ursay from Minnesota. We've talked about. He's an offensive tackle. I think he's a little bigger. Click on his profile there, Eric.
We are sitting at 49. We do have pick 53 as well. Just keep that in mind. He might still be there.
Yeah, he's 330 pounds. I could see him with his size swinging in the guard. I really can.
He's got a nice RAS. You love that too, Mon. Let me ask you guys this. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. Do the Bengals, I mean, I know this would be crazy, but do the Bengals go Juckins here?
No. We got to go.
Listen, I'm not saying I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, you are saying it.
I am not. I'm saying.
Can he play guard at 221?
I'm high on them. Do they go here? I don't think they will, but I'm playing devil's advocate.
No, I think you go DN. We got 49-53. I think you go DN, O-line and DN edge here. Let's knock those two out.
So what
Which
about
one should we take first?
He's going to be a Steeler. Junkins is going to be a Steeler.
What about Swesson? You would lose your mind.
I'm going to tell you, I would spend 72 hours at Circles. That's a rehabilitation center.
Hey, well, let me just throw out Swessinger too. I mean, you know, I think I think Swessinger could be a sneaky pick here for the Bengals. I'm not real sure. I know he is fairly athletic, but I'm not. Is he a big pass rushing guy? I mean, is he a guy?
Yeah, he's
6'3", right? About 6'3", something like that.
Change 245. Yeah, I mean, he's sort of maybe lesser, a less heralded version of Campbell. Maybe not quite the pass rusher, but more of a true linebacker. I would not be upset with that pick, but I think you got a chance here with 49-53 to knock out the O-line and give you an edge. I think, to me, that's like a no-brainer.
All right, Mom.
Luke, you want to chime in at all?
Well, I think we said at the beginning, it's like how long are you going to pass over offensive line? I love, like, there's plenty of guys that are good. It's like how long are you going to pass over off it? You need a line and a running back combination that can get you a 3-yard carry, 4-yard carry on first down. You got the best quarterback in the league. You've got Mike Gesicki. You don't need a tight end in the first round. You got to get offensive linemen and a guy that falls forward. Maybe P. Ryan's that guy. I hope P. Ryan's that guy.
Yeah, pretty sure the Arizona lineman already went. Yeah, there he is.
Did he?
Yeah, so Divine thought Savanaya fits the pass to school. Good, quick hands.
I like your thinking, Divine. I like your thinking.
Yeah. Thank you for the super chat, Divine.
Guys, listen, can Ursary be that guy? He's 6'6", 331. That's what I want.
He's very athletic.
We can't keep on kicking the can down the road. We need 2 guards. I mean,
I agree. That's what I'm saying.
Let's pick him. Let's pick him and move on.
Let's go. Let's pick him.
No indecision here. We don't need all. We don't need all 15 minutes.
I don't think that's a reach either. I really don't think that's a reach.
There you go.
Look at this.
Now we get our edge.
Nope. Or we get our linebacker.
Nope.
Schlesinger's still there. Tuimala is still there. Judkins is still there.
Who's gonna rush the passer if Trey's gone?
We don't need it.
Me? I can do it. I'll do it.
Actually,
yeah, Coy Bacon's coming back.
Kevin Bacon? Really?
Yeah.
Hey, by the way, The Bondsman, if you have not seen it, watch it. It's excellent.
Be Val
So they got Arnold in it?
No,
Guys,
it's Kevin Bacon.
Caleb Johnson is a great running back. Caleb Johnson is a great running back. I'm just throwing that out there. I know.
Yeah. Well, the Bengals like him. The Bengals like him too. But listen, I'm gonna say Carson Swessinger. If he can rush the passer, to me that is the pick. Again, we don't know what the Jermaine Pratt situation is going to look like, but to me that is the pick. Swessinger is the pick for me. That's my 2 cents. You guys talk amongst
Listen, linebacker is a need. Linebacker is a need. I'm not doubting it, but who else we got there, guys?
I honestly think that linebacker's a bigger need than edge. The Bengals re-signed Osai. They've got Johnson. They've got Hubbard. Or what's his name? Not Hubbard. What's the guy that was injured last year? They've got Miles Murphy. They've got so many guys there. I don't know that these guys are gonna. It's as big a need as linebacker is.
Can you click on Swessinger real quick? Can you just click on it real quick? I know we don't want to spend a lot of time. For high,
he brings added value as a blitzer. Is their final word on him?
Yeah,
a knack for pressuring quarterbacks.
Yeah,
he solves 2 problems.
And that he's my pick. He's my pick. You guys figure out what you want to do.
Jake, who do you want?
I want the Swessinger guy. I mean, again, we've taken him before.
5 sacks in 38 games.
What'd you say?
5 sacks, 5 career sacks in 38 games.
Eric, we're pick 53 right now, right? Okay, on the value board, Schlesinger's 46. That's great value, guys. Value's awesome. Let's keep on going down. Is there a pass rusher of any type?
Tuimalo.
Yeah.
12.5 sacks. Great. 4.6 to 40 at the combine. 6'4", 265.
Okay.
Hey, guys. The
I'm
next
good with
slide
either
is-
one. I'm good with either one.
Tell us right now on the message, who do you want? JT
Of those two.
Messenger.
JT all day.
I mean, I agree linebacker is a need, and if we had 3 picks there, Schlesinger could be the guy. But yeah, Scourton got picked like right after we went in round 1.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I agree. I like him a lot out of Texas A&M.
Let's do JT, guys. Let's do JT.
Let's go with the edge and move on. Our next pick is until 119, so it might take a little while to get there.
There you go. Now we fixed it. We're done.
We fixed
We
it.
fixed
We
it.
can go home. We can all go home.
We fixed it.
Schlesinger goes to the Bills. So far we've picked Malachi Starks, Arante Ursay, JT Tuamalo, and we've got picks 119 and 153 and 157 and 193. So we've still got 4 more picks to fill some holes or some depth picks here. Yeah, this is definitely going a little bit slower than normal, but
let's get back. Oh, never mind. Caleb Johnson just went.
Program to the
He went to
value.
the Steelers, by the way.
Isn't it funny how the data banks are so different? I mean, PFF compared to PFN. There's
Scatterbo went. Damn it.
Scatterbo went to
the. Eric, circles of care.
Listen, I've got my mental health under control. I don't need to go for a Bengals fan.
You don't.
Bengals fan for 38 years. I don't need to go to no.
All right, here we go.
What do you think about ETN?
No.
You get him a driver? You get him a driver?
We did talk. Yeah, we talked ETN on a previous episode. I don't know that any of us were super sold on him. So we're sitting at 119. Sorry, Mon, go ahead.
No, I'm sorry. Let's recap all of our picks real quick.
Yeah, we've gotten 2 second rounders and a first rounder: Malachi Starks, Arante Ursay, JT Tuamala. We're sitting at pick 119. Top players on the board are defensive tackle out of Kentucky, Deion Walker. Wide receiver, another D tackle, CJ West.
Like
linebacker here.
Kobe Bryant.
The Kobe Bryant out of Kansas.
Logan.
Anybody jump out at you guys here?
Hey, the linebacker from Georgia, Justin.
Mail Mondon. Yes, that if you want to go linebacker, that's one to look at.
He's a little smaller. Ooh, look at that athletic score. Wow.
6'2", 225. That's not much. Yeah, that's a standard linebacker these days.
And a lot of production too. It looks like a lot of production from him. What about? Let me just ask you. Let me throw this out here, Justin. Can you scroll back up real quick? What about Deion Walker from Kentucky?
Yeah, big, huge.
He's huge.
Huge.
Oh, he is huge. Not very athletic, but
yeah.
But more of a 2-gap guy, huh?
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, you're looking more for pass. Like, I kind of feel like with what the Bengals have right now, what you're looking for on the interior is a pass rusher, and he's not it.
He is a 94th ranked player, and we're sitting here at 119. That's a hell of a value.
Well, that is a value, but I would just,
my vote, just because I think the Jermaine Pratt situation is kind of interesting. I still think linebackers in need, so Mondon is my choice.
Okay, real quick, can we click on CJ West? CJ West is intriguing to me.
Very athletic, yeah. I don't know what his stats were like, but very
also
athletic.
listed as a nose tackle, plugging another run stopper.
I mean that guy. His athletic score, like I said, is similar to mine, and he is. Listen, athletic score is huge, guys. It really is. I mean, we need to get more athletic on defense.
Look at Deion Walker's is 3.
I saw that, but I do like them. Listen, we also need to get bigger on the defensive line. We need to get more athletic. So it's a again, linebacker too is a need. I wouldn't lose any sleep over that.
Well, if you're going strictly off athletic, he's 9.42.
Listen,
the other guy is 9.15.
Let me tell you what sold me on this guy. demonstrating that he is a strong tackler. Give me him right now, because our tackling was
Make it happen. Make it happen.
terrible.
Mondon.
Make it happen.
All right. Mail Mondon Jr. going to us at 119.
I like that. Mon.
Oh, he's the Mon.
Done.
Done. Signed, sealed,
Hey,
delivered.
why is Restrepo that high up? He ran like a 4.940.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't think he's gonna. I think he's gonna drop bad in the draft.
When I saw that 4.840, I had to like, this is a joke.
Yeah, I mean, very productive at Miami, but I mean, it doesn't necessarily mean he won't get drafted and won't be effective in the NFL. But that 40 absolutely killed him.
Hey, Eric, let's quickly, which our pick, review real quick everything, and let's quickly talk. Have we met needs?
Yeah, so far we've got Malachi Stark, safety, Arante Ursay, tackle, Tuamalo, edge, Mondon Jr., linebacker. We're up next. We have 153 and 157.
Okay,
Yeah.
quickly, guys. Our biggest needs were offensive line, defensive line, safety, linebacker, arguably. Okay, I get it. I think we've done a good job getting value and filling needs. What are other needs this team needs? Let's talk about it real quick.
So we still need a defensive tackle. We've got one sitting here with a horrible RAS score. We've also got another guard sitting here.
What about this guard from Ole Miss? Or I'm sorry, what about the D tackle from Ole Miss?
JJ Pagus, 4.81 RAS score, 309. Let's see. Quick first step. That's good.
Justin, anything about him?
Yeah, I mean, he had a kind of a interesting role. I think he scored 7 touchdowns on offense. Defensively, 42 tackles each of the last 2 seasons, 3.5 sacks. So solid production. 3 sacks as a junior. So 10 sacks in the last 3 seasons.
Hey guys, would it be? I get it. I know we have more needs. I understand. We picked up an extra pick. Would this be the ultimate spot to get a skill player, an offensive skill player? Hey, maybe it's not, a massive need, but it could be a quality depth piece. Is there a wide receiver or a tight end we could?
Well, let me just say this, Mom, because I mean, again, if there's a position that we like that is best player available, we have another pick in 4 picks.
Yeah, but they're staring at a slot receiver right here. What about Tesla? I mean, he's got a cool name too. 9.93 primary slot receiver.
We need to leave this draft this weekend. Whenever the draft starts.
Can we look at Riley Mills here?
We've got to get another.
That's where I was trying to go before. Yeah.
Another running back.
Notre Dame.
Yes.
6'5", 291.
7.5 sacks last year.
Elite pass rushing production in 2024.
Elite tackler who has missed less than 6% of his career tackling attempts.
That's impressive. Hey, he's a French player.
And he's a Notre Dame guy, and we all know that Al Golden's probably going to be throwing something at the board if the Bengals do not take a Notre Dame guy.
If Divine doesn't like it, he might take the $2 back. So
Divine said he's slow off the ball. I don't know. I'm kind of looking again.
That production looks good to me.
What about that? That offensive guard from LSU.
Yeah.
Justin, is he? I mean, look how athletic this guy is. A 9'7". Mon, this is right up your alley. This might be best player available.
I don't like that right there. His lack of athleticism.
Well, again, it says that,
ability.
but he had almost a 10 RAS, so I don't know where they're getting that from.
Yeah, he's the 5th rated guard in athleticism score on NFL.com. So,
and it's 148. We're picking at 153. Obviously, again, I'm just throwing it out there. I know Mon loves them, and We don't
I'd
know
be
if
good
we
with
don't know
it.
if Ursik can that Ursiri can he move to guard? I mean, I don't know.
He's 330 pounds, Jake. He has the body to do that. Absolutely. I wanted Ursi to be an eventual guard, and guess what? You know what? He could be a swing tackle on a pinch.
Dellinger ran 5.15, 4.66 shuttle, 32-inch vertical.
Guys, I'm not going to lose any sleep if we pick trench players. The guy from Notre Dame, if this really materialized draft day, Gilton was going to pick his defensive lineman. That's going to happen. But I don't care if it's a guard or a defensive lineman. We've been preaching for months. We need to improve our trenches, bring in some bodies to compete. Pick the guard from LSU. Let's make it happen.
So we
Well,
also
there's your
we
Cincinnati
have a
buddy.
pick. We have another pick in 4 picks here. Luke Condra is still on the board, so he might be available if we went defensive tackle here.
Okay, listen. If we have 4 picks coming up, let's just pick the highest rated guy, pick him, and then our next guy will be the Notre Dame kid. Pick Dellinger.
Yeah, pick Dellinger. Let's pick Dellinger. I like that pick.
Okay, went with Garrett Dillinger.
Mills
So
just
Kandra went, Mills went right after. So we're sitting at 153. Got a tight end, safety.
there you go.
You clicked on him,
Guys,
man. You clicked on him. The algorithm knew you were looking at him.
We have to consider some skill players, a late round wide receiver, tight end, or running back. Guys,
Well-
Taj Brooks from Texas Tech is going to be a hell of an NFL player.
Taj Brooks is the 202nd ranked. We're sitting here at pick
That's fine.
157.
Let's pick him,
I think-
sixth round. Let's pick him later. But I'm telling you, that's a guy I like.
let's the Ole Miss DT here, I would say, based off what we got left.
Pegas?
Yep.
Let's do it. That's a good pick. Let's go.
All right.
Value, man. It's
Let's
all
go.
about value.
That's yeah. That's the way. They don't call me generic Eric for nothing. It's all about value. Let's go to Aldi. Let's pick up the defensive tackle out of Ole Miss. Maybe we can swing by Dollar Tree and
Eric,
find a
I'm
wide receiver.
going to give you a kidney punch.
We just spent like $300 million on receivers.
Yeah, but we get a slot.
Jake,
We
throw
can
some
move
heat,
on.
Man, you're being quiet. Throw some heat, Jake.
No, I don't want receiver. Honestly, I know it sounds crazy, but to me,
He's sick. He's sick.
We're picking,
Andrew, are you watching? Is he on Motrin? Is he sick?
Listen. If we're picking skill, I'm going to go running back over wide receiver. I agree with Justin. I don't think wide receiver is a need. You got Yoshi Vosh. Listen, Chucky Sizzle, maybe there's something still there with him. I don't know. And again, if the Bengals have not given up on Jermaine Burton yet, you have a guy that you spent a quality pick on last year that you need to fix. You need to coach him up.
We lost our boy Taj Brooks, but
Yeah, and I see Quinn Ewers went to the Steelers.
Is this our last pick?
yeah,
This is our last pick. So we're
But
sitting here at
We have
193.
Rocket
We've
Sanders, Rockledge guy.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh man, that guy ran for 360 against Titusville. Yeah. Okay.
Running back.
And
The Rocket.
Phil Maffa from Clemson, another big back. I saw him available.
Guys,
So
I'm
we're-
watching a lot of Big 12 football. Taj Brooks is a problem. He was a good player.
Yeah, man. I heard he ran for 330 against Azusa Pacific.
We got a super chat here from
When do we
Swole
draft?
Gang. When do we draft Eric Gregory?
Round
Eric Gregory is
12.
ranked 318th. Is that going to be a undrafted signing there? You know anything about him?
9.5 sacks. I actually really don't know much about
He's
him.
a priority undrafted free agent. We're going to get him for $30K.
Yeah.
What running back is there? There's a running back from Syracuse that a lot of people are talking about. Who is the running back from Syracuse?
Allen.
Guys, whatever running back we pick, I need him over 220 pounds.
Click Allen. Let's see what Allen is.
LeQuint Allen, 204 pounds.
I need a 220-pound running back.
Can we go to Maffa?
Oh, that's my guy right there. Look at him.
Really high? No. What?
Phil Maffa. 234. This is your guy.
Ooh.
Heads off the ground, a la Derrick Henry.
Guys, let me go into a mini rant. I'm sick and tired of this team getting stuffed on 3rd and 1, 3rd and 2, 4th and 1. I need a battering ram because our guards are still a work in progress.
This looks like the guy. Mon, did you read that? I mean, it said he's a short yardage specialist that he can get you the tough yards. What?
Clemson, Phil Maffa.
Okay. Yeah, you know what, man? I get it. I know Taj Brooks isn't that high. He's in the 200s. Taj Brooks was a problem at Texas Tech.
He's already drafted.
He got drafted, Mon.
Brooks did?
Yes.
That's why
he's gone. Let's just pump the brakes here, though, real quick, because Phil Maffa is the 229th ranked player. We're sitting at 193. We could probably sign a running back as a UDFA. We've got someone sitting here, the 177th, tight end out of Notre Dame, who's 179. Cam Jackson, 182nd. Is there, this should be a value pick. We should probably be looking at some of these guys that are fallers. Any thoughts on any of these guys?
I don't know, man. Listen, when it comes to the late in the draft, it's usually go like just athleticism, cornerback, somebody to help you on special teams.
Let's look at winner. I don't think there's a lot left, though.
Eric, who is the best player available, and what are they ranked at?
Best player available is a quarterback. We don't want him. Ty Robinson.
Auburn. Justin.
Ty Robinson is 177.
Can we pull him up? The Auburn running back, was that Hunter?
Yeah, Hunter. He's at 194, I think.
Darquez Hunter.
Oh, he's
only 204. He's tiny.
5'9", Robinson, the DT from Nebraska again.
Good. Listen, at the combine, he looked impressive.
989, 288 pounds.
He was so impressive. He was so athletic. I know we loaded up on the defensive line, but Ty Robinson looked good at the combine. He really flashed.
Yeah, Hunter had 1,200 yards and 8 touchdowns this season, averaged 6.5 yards a carry, 5'10", 210.
We did say we were going to let Divine make a pick. We shut down Mike Green. Divine
make a pick.
I think he's going to want Robinson, but that's fine.
I'm good with Robinson. I think it's value here.
Yeah.
Okay,
Divine?
What does Divine say?
I think he's going to want Robinson based off his comments. Someone said, Jinx said Tonka Hemingway just for his name.
Yeah, Tonka. Let's get a Tonka truck in here.
Make Ty Robinson the pick.
Divine might be behind in the group,
Holland.
He also asked about Holland Pierce.
Another guard? We could load up on guards.
We got 2 offensive linemen. I think we're all right.
See if Holland Pierce is available.
He didn't come up when I searched him, so.
Oh, he must be off the board then.
He's gone.
Not available.
He wants
Ty Robinson.
Let's do it. Ty Robinson.
Here's to you, Mr. Robinson.
We're gonna conclude. We're gonna pick up Barry Sanders Jr. as an undrafted free agent.
Yeah, of course.
So we're done, right? Are we done?
Yeah, that's the end of our pick. It's going to keep going here. To summarize, we took Malachi Starks, Arante Ursay, JT Tumola, Smail Mondon, Garrett Dellinger, JJ Pegas, and Ty Robinson. So we got 2 defensive tackles, a safety, 2 offensive linemen, a linebacker. Didn't get our running back, but I think we can get a UDF.
Yeah,
you guys happy with this?
3 defensive linemen, 3
defensive linemen. Yeah, I mean, overall, I think we got a lot more athletic on the D line. Got 2 guys who can battle for jobs on the offensive line. You got maybe your next Jesse Bates, and you got an athletic linebacker.
Yeah, I like it. I'm much happier with this one than the last one for sure.
We got a lot more athletic on defense. So
yes.
Jake still, you're salty from the last show. Jake's still salty.
Oh, it's terrible. Our first 3 picks were terrible.
Hey, we let it take Malachi
Okay.
Starks. That's all he cares about.
I did. Yes. No, I listen, guys. I'm going to tell you why. Because I look at this Bengals team, and when did this Bengals defense start to decline? It started to decline when Jesse Bates walked out of the building. That is when this Bengals defense really started to decline, and we have not fixed the Jesse Bates situation. So, yes, I am salty because I know how important Jesse Bates was in this football team, and it has set the Bengals back.
From now on, our mock drafts are going to just make Jake salty so that Angela can have to.
Angela's.
Just to let you know, if this draft,
Hendrickson is a Gator fan. What?
if we had this in 2 weeks, I would love it. I would love this draft. The guys will reinforce the trenches. 3 defensive linemen. One's got to hit. I hope all of them do. All right. I think Ursery's going to be a good player. Dellinger, position of need. I don't know much about the linebacker from Georgia, but I know this. He played on a hell of a team in the SEC. So
very athletic, very productive on a very athletic defense.
Good to hear. And Justin, I said this to you off, drinking one night. How did Ole Miss not win a national championship? They have about 6-7 guys going to get drafted in this draft. Ole Miss is loaded.
They were major disappointment. There's no 2 ways about it.
I think what's really crazy about it, guys, is they had one of the top quarterbacks in the country. I mean, considering when the season started, I mean, he was one of those top guys that everybody was talking about. It's crazy that Ole Miss did not get done what a lot of people thought they were going to get done.
Hey, can you guys? I mean, I keep on hearing Dart and the Steelers. Is Dart going to be a potential first-round pick? I just don't see it.
I mean, the crazy things happen with quarterbacks all the time.
Yeah, I was going to say the same thing.
Can you pick it?
Like, you don't even know what's going to happen. Somebody might jump up and try to take Dart, in the first round. He could be one of those guys that kind of slides down to the high 20s, and somebody jumps up and takes him. One of those kind of things.
Yeah, you know what? The one thing, though, I mean, we drafted 2 Ole Miss players last year. Ole Miss is like a little bit of a football factory. I know it plays in a major conference, but, that coaching staff is bringing in some major talent. I know it's not translating to massive wins, but it's just amazing how many Ole Miss players are in this draft that are going to be top 50, top 60 picks.
Guys, we all know where this is coming from. Cody Core, the whole Cody Core thing is coming. Right, Mon is trying to talk up Ole Miss and how great they are because he is so salty. We're talking about salty here. Mon is so salty about Cody Core and losing that. Who was it? Oh, Alex Erickson. Alex Erickson versus Cody Core. Mon versus
Justin. Who was the wide receiver from UCF again? Who was it?
Oh,
Rashad Perryman.
We weren't battling. The battle was.
We're going to pay for it for years.
The battle was Alex Erickson. The battle was Alex Erickson versus Cody Core. Jake had Alex Erickson. Mon had Cody Core.
Yeah, that was some battle. It was like Jake Paul versus Mike Tyson.
Hey, Alex Erickson did good things. Come on now.
Cody Core was right up there with Dan Coates.
No.
I want to know who went to bat for Brandon Tate. Who's that guy?
Tate's doing things. Who was that sent those tweets out?
Tate doing things, right? Wasn't that
Tate?
You said what? Yeah, Tate doing things.
Who came up with that?
I don't know. That was hilarious.
Final thoughts.
On the draft. Final thoughts. What do you think,
Justin? Final thoughts on this draft. What do you think?
Our mock here, got more athletic on defense. Got a big-time playmaker at safety. Got better on the offensive line. 2 spots. Obviously didn't address running back. And to me, I don't think corner is a huge need, but I would like to see us come out of this draft with a corner. But we've done like 3 mocks now, and it's going to be interesting. It's something's going to have to kind of play into our favor to make that happen. This is like the second year in a row I feel like corner has been sort of weird in that there's like guys early and then it's kind of a barren wasteland after you get past the first 3 or 4 guys.
I would agree. That's a good point. It's kind of been like that the last couple of years. It's weird. Usually you have guys throughout the draft, but
yeah,
these last couple. Mom, what do you think? What's your thoughts on this draft? You like it?
I do like it. You know what? Malachi Starks has always been like one of my top 6 players in this draft. Getting him in the first round is a great get. You know, I think we're finally correcting a massive wrong with Jesse Bates leaving. I love paying attention, bringing in assets for the trenches because, guys, every Bengal fan out there knows that our offensive line and defensive line hasn't been up to par in the AFC North or the AFC or the NFL. And so this is a nice little step to reinforce the trenches. We needed that. The linebacker, it's a sneaky need, big time. And it's good. I think it makes the Bengals a better team.
I agree. Luke, what do you think? Good? You like it?
Yeah, I mean, you know, you guys all know we're in a win now sort of era, right? So we've got 2, maybe 3 years to win. So, you know, I'm okay with reaching a little bit. I'm not saying we reached here. I think we traded for a running back this year, and then we got another running back. So I don't think they're going to go running back. I think if you could just fill some of those holes, like guard and tackle, and obviously safety with Jesse Bates leaving, it's like those are win now things. So I think that's what's key.
How about you, Eric? You like it?
Yeah. I mean, we traded back. We picked up picks. We got 2 second rounders. Yeah, you can't beat it. We got a plug and play guard. Maybe we can go still sign Scherf, but we got 2 guards. So we not only potentially upgraded our starting guard, at least one of them, but we also added a depth piece. So maybe it puts people like Jackson Kirkland or Cordell Volson on notice. All it could do is breed competition and up the floor of this team, and that's what we're here to do. So bring it on. I'm good.
If I can add one,
Yeah, go ahead, Mom. Go ahead, Mom.
No, I just want to mention, you know, I know we're having fun here. This would be a great draft. Trading back, some people are like, "Oh, how do you know?" Listen, that's a real possibility. The Bengals with only 6 picks. I mean, everybody out there, every national pundit, the local guys that cover this team, trading back is a very, very real possibility. So I think what we did was very realistic.
Yeah, I agree.
Especially when most people's opinion, our biggest need is guard, and you're 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 probably not going to have the top offensive lineman fall to you at 17, but those mid-tier guys are going to be there at 25, 26, 27. So if you can recoup that Khalil Herbert pick and make it a lot higher, what you'd be foolish not to. So yeah, trade back is on the table.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us tonight. We really appreciate it. Throw in the comment section what you think about our mock draft tonight. We will be back here on Thursday, right, Eric? We're back here on Thursday. Yes.
We'll see. Well, TBD right now. There's some Ace and Zim have a really good show on Thursday. It's coming up, so we'll see if we're going to follow up.
Okay.
Go ahead, Mom.
This guy's getting married this weekend in Atlanta, so I will not be here Thursday night. You guys have fun. I'll watch and wish Luke happiness in life.
Yes, absolutely. Congratulations, Luke.
Make sure Mon stays away from the Zimas, please. We don't want to have those random calls at 4 a.m.
All right, guys. Well, that's another edition of the Bengals Pulse. As always, guys, if you like this podcast, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to this podcast. Make sure you check us out on all the awesome podcast platforms, Apple, Stitcher, Spotify. As always, guys, if you like this podcast, make sure you give us that 5-star review. We very much appreciate that. As always, guys, there she is. As always, guys, make sure you follow Mon on Twitter at the Fire Mon. Follow me on Twitter at Coach Jake Owens 9. Follow Eric on Twitter at eFlash with 2 H's 88. Follow the Cincinnati Podcast on Twitter at Cincinnati Pod. As Eric said, they got some great shows coming up here this week. Make sure you tune in to our guys Ace and Zim. As always, guys, follow the Bengals Pulse on Twitter at Bengals_Pulse9. The same on Instagram without the at Bengals_Pulse9. And follow our good buddy Justin Wells on Twitter at Justin L. Wells. Justin, thank you once again for joining us. We really appreciate that, man. Luke, good luck to you, bud. Thanks for joining us tonight. We appreciate it. Is Amanda a lucky girl, or are you a lucky guy, or is it two-way?
I'm the luckiest guy in the world.
That's a good, good
He's
start.
definitely a smart guy.
Hey, her family likes the Packers. They're nice people, though.
Listen, I feel like Heather is standing on the other side of the camera, holding up like a teleprompter screen, saying, "Make sure you say you're a very lucky guy."
Listen,
Luke's I'm a very lucky guy.
Heather's still pissed off about Valentine's Day. Okay, I'm in the doghouse.
Whoa, what happened Valentine's Day?
That's
lady not there. You fumbled.
That's for another show.
Yeah,
all right, guys,
for sure.
Hey, make sure you check out all the awesome podcasts right here on the Cincinnati Podcast Network. As always, guys, thank you so much for joining us. We got Mon, we got Luke, we got Justin, we got Eric. I am Jake. Thank you guys so much. We love you. We appreciate you. Hoo day, Bengal fans. We will talk to you soon.